Hey guys, meteorologist Lindsey Slater here. I didn't get a chance to put up my Monday space weather update, but I wanted to kind of show you where the sun is right now. You can see a pretty nice coronal hole kind of hanging out in center disk at the moment. If we look at the solar synoptic map, maybe we can see what kind of polarity we're dealing with. If you do have a positive polarity, which this is not the case, positive polarity in the autumnal season is better for storming and connecting with the Earth. So this is a negative coronal hole right now. And this was the one that was issued yesterday. So I do wonder if there is an updated one. I'm going to try to look for that. So it's not, that looks to be like the updated one. The positive one was earlier with this hole right here, or positive areas. This one also is positive down toward the south. That is now exiting our view. So I'm not too worried about that. So that would be this right down here. That was pretty interesting to see. What I did want to point out, this right here. This is a coronagraph. So basically what this is that you're looking at the sun. There's something over it so that it's not blowing out basically the view. It's how we can basically tell when we have CMEs that are launched, if we can see some flaring. If you get flaring that all of a sudden looks like snow starts happening, that could mean a radiation storm. That means the solar energetic particles get pushed out into the atmosphere. What's very interesting is what I see here. I want you to look right over here. Okay. I'm going to play this video. Boosh. That. That right there. Ooh, I can make it bigger. I did not know that. Okay, let's do this again. So I'm going to make it bigger and I'm going to hit play and you're going to see right here this big blob coming out of the sun. So that is a CME launch basically is what we're looking at. This happened right around, it looks like 10Z. So our time, central time, this would be right around 5 a.m. or something like that. So that is something very interesting. So now what we want to do is we want to look at something called ENLIL. And this is just a modeling of solar wind. And this can tell us whether or not this is something that is Earth directed. So this is a look at this latest CME launch. If I just go to, here's the 5th. This was a different small little CME that was launched earlier, and you can see that that is expecting to kind of have a glancing blow. So this one doesn't have that one in it just yet. I wonder if there's another ENLIL that I can look at that might have something better. No, I don't see anything here. Okay, so this is the 12th. Yes, space weather is difficult at times. Here's 5. I wonder if it even has it yet. I don't know if the modeling has it yet. So if we get some modeling, I would love to followed by some fast solar wind there. I'd love to come back on here and talk to you guys about it. But we'll see if this one is in fact potentially Earth, directed. The newest picture of the sun that I have right now is right here. So this was, again, something that we saw launch off earlier this morning. We have, obviously, these are the flaring regions that we have going on right now. 171 really shows some beautiful flarings and arcades coming from the sun. And basically, it's just like reconnection regions. So those are cool. That's basically what's holding that CME in, the coronal mass ejection, and then it eventually lets go and it pops off. So we watch these areas very closely. 193 really can see that coronal hole right here, but it's a negative polarity, so it's not the correct polarity that we're looking for. 211 is also beautiful at showing some of those coronal holes. But I did want to go to SWPC's website and kind of highlight the fact that we do have good news is even while the government shut down, this is again, something that could impact life and property. So space weather will be open, but you can see that we're looking at a G1 is what's being predicted right now with weak power grid fluctuations. Now, I'm pretty sure this is from the earlier CME, the small one that has a glancing blow. I'd be interested to see what they have going into maybe the 10th, because if today's the 7th, it usually takes about 3 to 4 days for it to arrive at Earth. So I'm very interested to see what we get out of this latest coronal mass ejection. All right, that's my space weather update. I will do any updates as necessary, but oops, I went to the wrong thing there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon.